Hi everyone, this is Gopi Krishna, Director of Golconda Institute. Most of the students have the doubts. Actually, what is that general mental ability? What is that quantitative aptitude? What is the general intelligence? Right? So, in this video, I am clear all your doubts. What is exactly syllabus on this? Okay? Let's move on to this one. Right. In every competitive exams, we are getting a minimum 30%, a maximum 50% of the syllabus as general mental ability. But students who are preparing for the various different exams like CSAT, in UPSC, SSC, Staff Selection Commission, RRBs, bank POs, bank exams, IPPS, local exams, all state government exams, all the students are having the doubt. What is exactly general mental ability? Right? Let's move on to this one. Here I can divide complete general mental ability into two parts. One is quantitative aptitude, and the second one is reasoning ability. Right? In the reasoning quantitative aptitude, what are the subtopics we are getting? So in the quantitative aptitude, I can divide three parts. The first part is arithmetic, the second part is basic math, and the third part is data interpretation. Right? Again, come to the reasoning ability. I'm taking again three parts. The first part comes to the verbal reasoning, and the second part comes to the non-verbal reasoning, and third part comes to the logical or analytical reasoning. Okay, these are the major syllabus from the. I can exactly not measure exactly syllabus for the general mental ability as the two parts. One is the quantitative aptitude, the second one is reasoning ability. Right? So again, in the quantitative aptitude, I can divide into three parts. One is arithmetic, second one is the basic mathematics, third one is the data interpretation. Come to the reasoning, verbal reasoning, non-verbal reasoning, and logical reasoning. So clear idea. I think you people got that clear idea. What is the general mental ability? General mental ability including all these, which includes the quantitative aptitude and reasoning ability. Right? In this video, I want to expand what is the exactly syllabus for the quantitative aptitude. Already we know this one. Quantitative aptitude. In the quantitative aptitude, arithmetic, basic math, and data interpretation. Right? What is the arithmetic? What are the topics comes under arithmetic? Okay, let's see. Right? I can divide quantitative aptitude as some parts. Let's see the 7 parts. In the 7 parts, I can take the very first part, one part. In this first part, basic calculation is the first topic. Later, we can move on to the simplification, number system, LCM and HCF, ratio, proportion, alligation, and a mixture. Again, problems on edges, average. So what I can do is, whenever you are starting prepare for the quantitative aptitude, you can read out all these 7 chapters comes. All these 7 chapters, I can treat it as a big chapter. Right? Let's move on to the second part of the syllabus. In the second part of the syllabus, I can take the percentages, profit and loss, interest. Again, in this interest, we can take 3 parts. What is that? Interest based on a simple interest, and based on compound interest, based on installment. Okay, so I can take these 3 chapters comes together. I can practice more and more. Right? Let's move on to the next third part of syllabus. The third part of the syllabus, I can take it as a time, distance, and speed. Is a 1 chapter. Again, in this one I can go on with trains, later boats and streams, later games and races. Clear? So these are the main main topics, right? Let's move on to the another topic. Time and work. Yeah, it's a very important. Work and wages, pipes and systems. I'm taking all these three subtopics together as a one big chapter. Okay, let's move on to the basic maths. Most of the students as well as the faculty, they mention that this is that advanced maths. I'm saying that this is not a advanced maths, because all the competitive exams they are asking the basic maths. But I agree, the difficulty level of the questions are increased. So we don't say that difficult questions are advanced maths questions. So advanced, when we can say the advanced maths, students who are doing that master degree and PhD, master degree and master degree level questions, then we can say that those are the advanced level questions. Okay, don't say the advanced level. This is the typical questions in bank level, right? Right, in the mathematics, basic maths, I can take it at the algebra. In the algebra, there are 5 to 6 subchapters are there. Equations, permutation, combination, probability, right? Exponents, logarithms, some subtopics are there. But here I don't want to mention. Whenever we start that algebra topic, then we can cover all this one. Okay, let's move on to the mensuration. So very important mensuration. I can take it as a 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional figure. 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional figures. The first one is areas. If I take the 2-dimensional figure, we can discuss about the areas. If I take that 3-dimensional figures, we can take it as surface areas and volumes, right? Again, the next chapter is geometry. Right, in the basic mathematics, I can treat it as a geometry. Geometry also one of the important chapter. What are the subtopics? Again, lines. We can especially discuss of the lines and angles. Angles. We can discuss angles in a triangle family, quadrilateral family, and circle family. Okay, right. Again, that trigonometry. Trigonometry, we can get that basic questions. One of the very important chapter in the trigonometry, height and distance. We will get definitely 1 mark on that trigonometry. Okay, let's take it on clocks and calendars. 100% we may get a 1 or 2 questions on clocks and calendar. The next one is data sufficiency. Okay, the last one I can take it as that data interpretation. In this data interpretation, we can now practice questions and tabulation, line graph, bar graph, and pie charts, right? These are the questions we can take it as, we can consider it as a quantitative aptitude, right? So if you prepare any government exams, you just go through all these topics, then you will get maximum marks in the quantitative aptitude. But don't forget, you can start preparation from basic calculations. Okay, all the best.